Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. Today we're talking about, is being a travel agent, travel advisor, a viable career in 2024? I don't know. That sounds like fun. You want to know the answer? Keep on watching.
Yeah, you better step into the light. Just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.
All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell on YouTube. We bring you amazing content to help you grow your travel businesses every single week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. By the way, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Cyndi Williams, and I have been in the travel industry since 1993. So for a minute, I run one of the biggest travel schools in the country, Wanderlust Campus, which helps people just like you learn how to become travel agents, travel advisors, and scale your businesses. And this year, we're taking a hard look at the numbers, at the data. Is it a good year to become a travel agent or travel advisor if you're not already one? Whew, that is the question, right? So let's get right into the content. By the way, if you are new, I want to also recommend that you grab our free masterclass. You can go to careersonvacation.com/masterclass. If you don't know anything about the travel industry and you're just kind of in that exploration phase, this is where you want to start to make sure you don't make any wrong decisions. There's nothing to sell on the masterclass. It's just to educate you on how the industry actually works behind the scenes and your first steps to kind of start that process. But before you even do that, let's talk about, should you even be a travel agent? What does that look like? What does it mean? So I want to start by saying, since COVID, there has been this real change in the industry where consumers are kind of flooding back to using travel agents again. This is good news for our industry, and it's not just something that's being said. We can see that in the numbers, in the data. We just came off of one of the busiest holiday travel seasons that we have seen in years, and not just, comparing to pandemic years, but ever. People are traveling. But also, we have a fun little tool at Wanderlust Campus that allows our students to track their sales for the year. So we can see that year over year, sales are growing. Our new travel agents that started at the beginning of last year are making big progress. They're actually getting to the point where they can leave their other jobs and do things like that when they're ready to do that. So all of that data is really promising to show a great path into the industry. And I also want to talk a little bit about taking the right path in the industry, because if you are thinking about it, making sure it's going to be viable for you compared to the next person might be different, right? If you're trying to replace $100,000 a year job, you need to make sure your travel business is really set up, it's rocking, you have commissions coming in. You're not going to be able to quit your job and start your travel business and think that you're going to be making $100,000 a year in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or even beyond. It depends on how you set it up and how quickly you grow. So I want to take a little bit of a layer of nervousness off and say, you don't have to quit your job to start your own travel business, right? In fact, most new travel agents, travel advisors don't. They start with the process of learning how to become a great skilled travel advisor. They have to go through the process of setting up their business online. Most people do this behind the scenes while they are still employed at their corporate job or other job or whatever job that you have, right? At Wanderlust Campus, we see a little bit of everybody. We've had bus drivers, we've had hairdressers, we've had college students, we have a couple that just came out of high school that are setting up their businesses, and we've also had doctors, lawyers, nurses. So from all different backgrounds, people get into travel for their own reasons, usually because you have a passion for travel, which brings me to my next point. If you have a passion to do this, that is what will carry you through that setup phase, which can feel difficult and it can feel arduous, especially if you don't know what you're doing, right? So I say the number one thing is, if you should do it or not, is, do you have that passion for travel? And then back to my other point, really making sure that you have a setup process that's going to set you up for mega success. You don't have to leave what you're doing right away. You can do it on this scaled process. Set your business up, start selling travel on the side, get those commissions coming in. And here's a beautiful thing about how our industry works. You book trips for people all year long. So we're getting ready to go in wave season. This is that. If you're a travel advisor already, you know this, or an agency owner. We're getting ready to go in the first 3 months of the year, which is busy season in our industry. The work that we do for the next 3 months is really going to set us up for the year because we're going to be booking vacations in the fall, in the summertime, all through the year. We're going to be adding to our book of business and kind of stacking our books, if that makes sense. Now, commissions in our industry are paid as people travel. But by the time you get through first quarter, you'll be able to see how much revenue you have on the books. So when we teach our students kind of how to look at their business from a financial perspective, we teach them those things behind the scenes. But what I want you to think about in terms of weighing, when do I leave my job, when do I not, you don't have to have any nervousness about that, because once you start booking travel, you're going to know how much commission is expected next month and the month after and the month after. Doesn't mean you can't add to it if you have last minute sales. That's always great too. But you will have you'll get to a point in your business. And I see this all the time. I get an email at least a few times a month where my graduates are saying, Cyndi, I quit my job today. I did it. Thank you so much. We're finally going full-time into travel. That is my favorite email to get, because I know they've reached that point in their business where they're bringing in enough income without worry that they can easily let go of whatever they were doing before, and then they can focus 100% of their time on travel, and they'll have more time to dedicate to their business. So I would say figure out how that balance is going to work for you, and if you can make that happen. And I know, look, I'm a mom of 3, and I did this too, right? My husband and I worked in corporate for a while. My husband and I owned other businesses, and we started our travel agency as we had another business. So I was getting up early, staying up late, working weekends. I had to do some of that extra stuff behind the scenes in the background to get my business where I could let go of everything else we were doing. And now I just focus on travel and training you guys, right? So that's the thing about this kind of journey that you're about to take. Do it in a way that feels good to you. That way you don't have stress, you don't have anxiety, you can move at a pace that feels good. All right, last but not least is how you decide to start up your business. There are 1,000,002 ways to become a travel agent. You can sign up with an MLM outfit. They will give you a title today and say, you're a travel agent, you're a travel advisor. It doesn't necessarily mean you know what you're doing, right? And that can be a stressful process as well. There's also a process called hosting, where you can sign up with a travel agency. And the thing about hosting that you have to understand is you are a contractor for a host. So no matter what type of host you're working for, unless they're hiring you as an employee, which is extremely rare, normally you can only get employee status if you're working more for corporate, like Amex Travel or something like that. But if you're really looking to have a home-based business, which is what most people that follow the channel do, then you may consider hosting. But understand, hosting will not be the solution to all of your problems, because you are a contractor. They cannot give you a formalized training program. They can't require you to do training because you are a contractor. You are working in a relationship where you are invoicing them the commission that you sold and they pay you. It's very much kind of set up where you're using their credentials so you can sell travel, but you shouldn't expect an A to Z solution. Your responsibility of how you run your business, protecting your business, training yourself, learning the skill, developing your niches, branding your business, all of that is going to fall to your shoulders. So you can DIY all of that stuff, and it will take a long, long time because there's a lot of things that you have to learn, a lot of pitfalls, things like that. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I want you to pick a solution that works for you. But if you want a little more structured approach, that's where Wanderlust Campus comes in. We have our Careers on Vacation program. For those of you who are brand new, you can take our newbie track, which walks you through everything on how to learn to be a travel advisor and also how to set up your business in an online format. And within a 12-week period, we will match you with the right fit, whether that's being an independent travel advisor or working with a host partner. We will teach you everything that you need to know to learn to become a travel advisor. And most importantly, we will teach you how to launch your business and get all of our proven systems and best practices in place from day one. Why is that important? Because if you really want to leave a corporate job or you want to start doing something different, you want to do that faster. Your biggest commodity, believe it or not, is not money, it's time. If it takes you 6 years to figure everything out, Do you want to work in the job that you're in for another 6 years? Maybe you do, and that's okay. But most people want to get to the income and to the profits faster. So investing in your education, earning a certification, which is what you'll do with the Careers on Vacation program, and most importantly, you work with humans to set all of this stuff up, can really escalate your success. So definitely check out that masterclass if you're new, and that will walk you through all of your options, including not working with us. And we wish you so much love and abundance no matter what path you take in the industry. But hopefully I've given you a few things to think about as you start your career in the industry. I will say I've been doing this. Last year was my 30th year anniversary. I've seen the world, I have raised my kids, I live a life by design, and I work the schedule that I want to work, and I do the things that I want to do every day, and travel is always a huge, big part of that. And I've never lost my passion in 30 years. So if you're thinking about it, I would say do some more research, lean in. I'll link everything down below to kind of help you with the free masterclass, and I wish you the best. And if you have any questions, put them in comments below. And guys, we'll be back next week with more topics to help you grow your travel business. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.